power of mentorship. As many people know, I'm in my 70s now. I started my 50-year career in 1975, and I was taught by, in today's words, the Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger partnership. But their names were Carlo and Jack. That's who I worked for. I was 21 years old, and I was surrounded by two great men and 3M. 3M was their gig. St. Paul, Minnesota. I was lucky, no doubt about it, that I got the opportunity to work side by side with my father. The opportunity didn't come easy. I was one of 11 children, and many of the children prior to me did not want to work for the company. They wanted to do their own thing, and they did. I was fortunate that I drank the Kool-Aid, man. I always wanted to be a business owner ever since I was a kid. I was an athlete or tried to be an athlete, didn't have the skill set, so I started focusing on the coaches, the general managers, and the owners, such as George Steinbrenner, Al Davis. These guys were entrepreneurial. These guys were go-go's. I didn't hear of Warren Buffett and Charlie until the mid-90s. Read an article in Forbes. But guess what? Jack and Carlo, they built a hell of a company, and that company is still there. It's called Vomella. But it's not the same culture. And I actually bought and sold Vomella after many, many years of operating the company. And I was so fortunate to be taught to do the right thing. And when you work with 3M, you had to have business ethics. And guess what? Carlo and Jack were the perfect partner for 3M. They did everything right. They serviced them. They provided solutions. They helped revenue worldwide. And guess what? They diversified. So that's the other thing I saw about mentorship. They diversified in services, capabilities, which was a specialty converting company. We started out as a printing company. Letterpress printing and screen printing. That was good enough. We got into specialty converting, creating our own equipment, jerry-rigging deals. And Jack and Carlo, it was a special partnership. Jack owned 80%, Carlo owned 20%. Unique. Worked together for 40 years. And guess what they had? Mutual respect. And they stayed in their own lanes. Jack was probably 20, 25 years older than Carlo. I was 28 years younger than Carlo, my father. But guess what? He didn't treat me like a son. He would shut the door and tell me exactly what needs to be done. And it always ended up, the people come first. Don't get entitled. Don't get arrogant. The people come first. And my father treated Jack with respect. They were both modest, both humble, both self-educated. But they knew how to service the clients. They knew how to treat the people. What was unique about our situation was we were non-union. And we're talking about the 60s and the 70s. We had air conditioning. We had a pension, our own pension at the company. And we treated the people right. Were there opportunities? Damn right there was opportunities to grow. We had 350 employees. We also went down to 32 employees at one time when 3M decided to do certain converting operations for themselves. I got the opportunity to bring in my own team once ownership transferred, because Jack ended up selling his 80% to Carlo, and that's a whole new story. That story is in my book called They Named You Right. It's my memoir. People that want to be rich are looking at the investments of Berkshire, Charlie, Warren, and looking at their old Midwest, should I say, ethics and value system. Are they family men? Are they faithful men? That's what Jack and Carlo were. All right? And my parents, my mother, made this all happen with 11 children to try to keep it all together. The descendants. My father and mother have over 100 descendants, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So my father's still alive. He's still sharp at 99. Jack passed away in his mid-90s. But he was my father's partner. And I've been very fortunate to have mentors and surrounded myself with key people. Not only Jack, not only Carlo. I had Uncle Frank out of Chicago who taught me a lot. I had 3M contacts. And today in my CRM, which you could all relate to after 50 years, I have 80,000 contacts in my CRM. Now, how many are what I would say beneficial, profitable clients? I'm not focused on finance anymore. I learned over the years that success isn't financial independence. It's crucial to achieve that. But bottom line here is it's your integrity. It's your respect for people. And we, the people that have benefited with these gifts of health and experience and relationships, that wisdom needs to be passed on. So do I try to pass it on? Yeah. I raised 3 children. I tried to lead by example, just like my father has. That's the legacy. But now, my kids have the opportunity to still communicate with my father, and has taught them a lot about integrity, business ethics, how to treat people, respect, kindness, bring joy, all these things. So that's kind of what I wanted to say, is the power of mentorship. Try to surround yourself with great people. I heard something recently where, hey, just work for somebody for free if you have to. That's an education. Hell of an education. But believe me, the world today is the NFL. Not for long. So if you got the mindset to go into a company that does not have the culture that you have, the family values and the values that you present and your legacy, and for that, being at 70 years old and my father in his 90s, to pass this on, that's a gift, man. That's a gift. So I just want to let you know that I think it's very powerful. And as you know, I'm on YouTube now, And people that ask me, Rock, what's it take to be successful? What's it take to be an entrepreneur? Hey, you can't do this alone, but you need to suit up and get in the game. And you have to execute, you have to perform. But observe the success of the right people, the right culture. You have to be really careful today of making sure you pick the right horse. Okay, so I just wanted to share this information and have to keep going on that. Hey, listen, I know Buffett's out there. I know Charlie left his mark. Well, guess what? So is Jack and Carlo. And it continues on through me and others. It's not easy to do the right thing. Believe me, you're being challenged all the time. So God bless you. Think about it. Make sure you pick the right horse. Surround yourself with talent, wisdom, experience. All right? And as I could always end, bring joy. Once you bring joy to people, it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So I'll talk to you soon. Talk to you.